Welcome back to Adobe InDesign CC. In this tutorial we're going to talk about the importance of maintaining links in your scene here. So I have this scene open with some images that are now applied in here, and there are some issues we don't know yet by looking at it. If we click on each of these, it's not completely apparent what's going on, but if we go to the links panel and open that up, which is, if we had the pages open, you could see the links here. You can see here there's a couple issues with the images. There's a question mark on this one, which is 2C, which is this one here. And then there's this little exclamation mark right here, which means it's been modified. If you hover over it, it'll tell you here there's a missing link, and here it needs to be updated. So there's two different issues going on here, and I kind of want to explain the importance of links here. First of all, so I have this project called the magazine project, which is on the desktop. In here I have, it's a folder, and I have some images in here of these zombies and different things I've done. So I have Illustrator files, PSD, images, textures, Jpegs, and so forth. And then I have a text document which has actual text in here. This is kind of the structure you want for any InDesign project. You want to create a project folder that has images, text, assets, and basically maintain where they're located. As you can see here, one of these images here, which is this one here, this 2C, is this one here. It's a broken link because I actually moved it outside of its area, which if you do that, that's what's going to happen. Alright, so the way the program works with InDesign, whether you do a file place or you just bring in the image by drag and drop, it is linked. It's not embedded in the program. This is a very important concept. Other Adobe software works the same, After Effects and Premiere Pro. And there's two reasons. One, it saves on memory. Two, it allows you to bring in multiple assets from all kinds of different sources. And as long as they're linked together, you should be fine. But again, you have to manage the whole project and bring it with you wherever you're going to transfer it. So if you gave this off to somebody, you'd want to bring the entire project folder, including the ID InDesign file, which actually isn't saved in here. But if I was smart, I'd want to save it in this project somewhere and then have it and pass along. So I'll probably do that later on. But the 3D world works the same. So Autodesk Maya works that way, because if you bring the links, there's missing assets. It doesn't know where to go. And so that's what's happening here in our scene. So how do we correct this? Well, for example, this image here is broken. So if I click on this, double click, it says to relink. It'll bring up this menu and I can search for that link. Now, I could do that, but honestly, what I need to really do is drag this image back into the images folder. So once I do that, it should be fine, and you'll see it update here in the links panel. So that was one issue that I honestly did on purpose. Now, the important thing about links too, if I zoom in here, a little bit too zoomed in, I wanted you to see the difference in these resolution of this graphics. So this one's real pixelated. This one, if I actually undo what I just did, or actually I can't redo it, but I can. If I drag the image out, you would see what would happen to this image. When we update it, you'll see here. I have under the view menu, I have overprint preview on, which just gives me a little bit higher quality of basically seeing the render. And what would happen if you print this without the links modified, you would get this low res, honestly really poor quality image that would be associated with your image. So if I click once to zoom in, you can see how pixelated is. Now watch what happens when I update this. I'll double click on it and look at that. It's much smoother line quality, and that's because in Photoshop I applied just another color here to apply this background. Basically add a multiply layer here, just to, again, for testing, just to show off the idea of the links here. Okay. The other important thing is the concept besides links that I wanted to get across was that you can actually edit these images. So just like I jumped back to Photoshop, you can click on any of these and do that. So this image here is an actual PSD file. If we go to the links panel here and scroll down to the bottom here, it'll actually tell you the information about it. So it actually gives you information about resolution, the file type, it's a PSD, and so forth. So there's a couple different ways you can edit this. You can click on the little pencil icon here, which is Edit Original, and you can go up to the Edit menu and choose the Edit Original, and just like that, poof, it goes into Photoshop. So if I turn on this sort of red background here, I could go ahead and save this file and then close it out and then come back to InDesign, and in this case I don't have to relink it or anything. It's automatically added to the scene here. Okay, now what about JPEGs? I mean, Illustrator files are definitely going to send you Illustrator, but here we have this JPEG here. If we do Edit Original, all it's going to do is open up in its viewfinder. It's not going to select a program. So if you go to the Edit menu, you do have this option of going down to Edit With and then choose whatever program you want. So I have Photoshop here, and just like that, boom, it's in here. So now you could add a new layer. I could drop in this color and set the blend mode to multiply, and then go File and Save, and or actually to JPEG. So File, Save As, and choose JPEG, and then basically update. So if I click Save, it'll say, do you want to replace it? And I say yes, and baseline optimize OK, and then I can go back to InDesign and it will update just like that. Poof. I would want to save out the original PSD if I want to undo that action, obviously. So basically, links allow you to you can modify them, adjust them in links panel. You want to update your links, always keep them all consistent in the project folder. Any image that you bring into InDesign, you can always edit in the original program, whether it be Photoshop or Illustrator. I don't have right now any Illustrator files in here, but if I did, I could easily edit the same process by clicking on the pencil icon here. Let me go ahead and place an image in here and see if I have an Illustrator. I think I have an Illustrator file. Yep, I've got one here. So I'll go ahead and click Open, and it placed it in this image here because I had it selected. So let me undo that and click Out. There we go. So here is this Illustrator file, and again, I have it selected. If I want to edit in the original, I click on the little pencil icon, and then what will happen is Illustrator will launch, and it will take a little while because I don't have Illustrator open right now. But that's the basic overview of links, the power of links. The main important thing is to make sure you have a folder structure set up and not move your assets. So until next time, see you soon, and it'll be InDesign CC. Cheers!